Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel again today. It's Tuesday, so it's time for another episode of Tea Time Tuesday. I think that's what it's called, or Tea Tuesday. Anyway, I have my glass of tea here. I have a new flavor that I'm trying today. This is, it says traditional medicinals. I have no idea, but it's hibiscus flavor. Very pretty pink color. And the reason I'm drinking this kind is another YouTuber that I watch, I'll put her name right up across here. She said that it is supposed to help lower your blood pressure. And that she's been drinking it for a long time. I think she said she makes a gallon of it every day and drinks it. I don't know, that seems like a lot, but anyway, she said her blood pressure has never given her any problems. And as y'all know, I am on blood pressure medicine. I do have high blood pressure. So I'm taking the edge off with a little bit of hibiscus tea. Now, I don't have any sugar in it. Different. It's a different taste. It's good. I mean, I could stand to drink it without it, but I probably prefer a little bit of sugar in it. And the weather here has been beautiful the last few days. The snow is still out there, but not much. A lot of it has melted off. And I will probably go to town on Wednesday, pick up some groceries. I ran out of butter. Butter's something I don't keep around. Real butter. I use margarine, but I want to buy some real butter. I always try to keep at least a backup 4-pack of real butter. I don't use it that much in recipes, but it's nice to have it there for whenever something comes up that does call for it. So I haven't been outside of the house in a few days, and really the only thing I think I'm needing is some butter and I'm thinking flour and sugar, but that's not right. I got plenty of flour and sugar. Oh, there's one more item or two that I needed. Now, I have a shopping list in there wrote down. I just don't have it here with me for the video. But I probably won't be picking up more than 4 things when I go. I do have all my recipes planned out for the month. And I have all the ingredients here that I need for those. I've already cooked 2 of the recipes that I had picked out for this month, and I have been trying them. Now, on today's Tea Time Tuesday, as I usually do, I'm going to be using my Mindfulness Cards. And we have Inquiry, Mindfulness, Emotion, and Expression. Now, once again, I have not looked at these cards ahead of time. I'm going to be looking at them for the first time right here, so you're going to get my honest, shoot from the hip answer of whatever I think the answer is. There's no right or wrong answers in this. This is a game that I ordered off Temu a couple of years ago, maybe. It's a family game. I mean, you could sit around your kitchen table with your family and have everybody pick a card from each category and answer it. And you can pick one card and have everybody answer it around the table. It's just something fun to get to. It's a really good game to play with your friends, because then you get to know a little bit more about them. When you pick a card and have everybody answer, you might discover something about your friends that you didn't know before. But the first one that I'm going to be answering is called Expressions. What is the worst thing you have eaten? What made it so bad? Oh, wow. The worst thing that I've eaten. Gosh. Well, right off the top of the head, and this really ain't even an accurate answer, but I'm going to go ahead and give it, was that taco casserole that I made the other day. And that's just because it didn't taste the way that I was expecting it to. It definitely didn't look like it was supposed to. It was very dry looking. And if I make it again, I haven't decided if I'm going to make it again or not. But if I do make it again, I'm going to tweak the recipe a little bit. For one thing, I'm going to add more water to the taco seasoning when I mix it in with the meat. The recipe that I used called for a 1/3 cup. And I think on the packet, it tells you to use like 3/4 cup water. So I'll probably go with what the packet said, because you're using a pound of hamburger meat anyway. And I'll probably just go ahead and put a 3/4 packet or 3/4 cup of water in there. I'm also going to cut back on the cooking time. The recipe said to cook for an hour, and I think that was way too long. That may have contributed to it being dry. And I may even put some cheese in it. Now, this last time that I heated it up, I had a little bit of leftover cheese dip, like you dip potato chips in the icebox. And I took like 3 teaspoons of that and sprinkled it on it. And it did taste good like that. That actually improved it. So with the next time I make it, that's probably the things that I'll do to it. I'll probably go ahead and drain the corn. But I will add more water to the meat and not cook it as long and put some cheese with it. So that's all I can think about for that. Is the worst food that I've really ate. Nothing else comes to mind that was really, truly horrible. I know I've made some recipes on my channel in the past that were not very good. I do remember that. And one of them, I think, was a recipe I made for a dessert called sad cake. And I have to tell you, it was pretty sad. When I mixed it up and baked it, I bet it didn't rise up any bigger than that. And y'all see what I'm saying? It didn't rise. And the flavor wasn't all that great. But anyway, I'm going to go on to the next question. And the next question that I'm going to be answering is from the emotions category. What is something that sometimes makes you feel scared? Well, the number one thing that used to scare me a lot in my life was my son being out in the road and getting killed. That was when he was a little toddler and stuff. And so I don't have to worry about that anymore because my son is no longer with me. He did get killed, and I will do a video on that later. Something that I'm scared of tornadoes, first off. I even have dreams about them, nightmares if you want to call it, or night visions. But a thing that really scares me sometimes, not all the time, when I think about it, is dying. Because I sit around and I think, what is dying going to be like? Is it like you're just asleep and you can hear everybody around you moving around talking, but you can't respond or move? I know your soul goes to heaven and you do things there, but the thought of dying and not knowing how, I know there's been things of people dying and going to the afterlife and coming back, and they tell their experience of what they've seen. There was one man that supposedly the Lord took him to hell for, I think, 23 minutes, showed him what it would be like in hell if he didn't change his life, and then brought him back, and he had a chance to redeem himself. But I think that scares me more than anything, is the thought of dying. And the fact of knowing that right now, at my age, if I'm lucky, I might have a good 30 years left. At the most. Chances are it won't be 30 years, it'll be less than that. And so I'm kind of like looking at that clock and counting down, 30 years are going to go by real fast at this point in my life. So I guess that pretty much answers the question. And the next one that I'm going to be answering is called mindfulness. Why do you think it is important to be kind? Now, it seems like I've answered this question before. That seems like I've answered that. But I'll answer it again. Okay, let me look at it again. Why do you think it is important to be kind? Okay, the reason I think it's important to be kind is because everybody out there in the world is suffering in some way and going through something, and you have no idea what they woke up that morning to deal with. Maybe the day before their life was perfect. They woke up today and a parent has died, or a child has received a diagnosis of a terminal illness. You have no idea what the days are going to bring and what they bring to people's life. And just being kind and smiling at people and speaking kind words to somebody just might be the only positive thing that they have in their life to lift them up. It's always nice to be kind to people who are checkers. They're standing on their feet all day, working, and they're dealing with the grumpiest kind of people. So if they have 5 grumpy people come through the line and then you come through, smile and be nice to them and talk pleasant. Don't distract them from doing their job, because they do got to add up your things and you don't want them to ring it up wrong. But try to treat them with respect. And another thing, when you're eating in a restaurant and you have waiters or waitresses that come to the table to serve you, be kind to them. Try to understand that they're just trying to make a living. They're maybe trying to support a family with a bunch of kids that need food, that need a roof over their head, and just be kind to them. Try to do nice things out in public, like if you're walking and you see a piece of trash, pick it up and put it in a trash can somewhere. If there's not a trash can somewhere, take it home with you and put it in your trash. If you're walking your dog and it poops, pick the poop up. If you're going to a shopping center and you see a shopping cart out of place, maybe take it and return it to the cart corral, and return your own shopping carts to the cart corral as well. So that's my opinion on being kind. It doesn't cost you anything. It's simple. It's easy to do. Anybody can be kind to anybody in this world. Be kind when you're on somebody's channel and you're watching them do their video. Don't leave hateful, negative comments on their channel. I know the algorithm from YouTube doesn't see the type of comment as what it is. It just sees that a comment has been placed, and even rude comments help that channel grow because the algorithm sees, hey, this person's getting comments on their video and they must be popular, be it good or bad. But just don't do it. Just leave those kind of comments off. And the last one that I'm going to answer in today's video is from the Inquirer. What are some things you love about nature? Some things that I love about nature is the fact that you can take the little teeniest, tiniest seed, plant it in the ground, and a big tree can grow from it. Or a bush can come up with berries and fruits, cucumbers, tomatoes, onions in the ground, potatoes in the ground, carrots. You can get food out. You can plant the seeds and get food out. You can plant the seeds and have an apple tree grow, or an orange tree, or a plum tree, a banana tree. I think nature is beautiful in the spring when the leaves come back and they're full bloom and green. Flowers start to blossom and you have all these beautiful colors across the landscape of yellow and red and orange and white and pink and purple. Beautiful flowers that the Lord has painted to make our viewing of the land pretty. It's just a beautiful thing. Nature is something that you can't change. It's going to be what it is. In the wintertime, Mother Nature will do what she's got to do. If she's got to rain and freeze on you, she will. If she's got to dump a foot of snow on you, she will. But as the Bible says, this too shall pass. All things pass. And eventually spring will come back around. and you'll see the little tiny shoots in the ground start to come up. And when you do, the first thing usually in this area is the thing they call Easter lilies, those yellow looking, I think they're daffodils really, but that's the first flower that you generally see. Okay, and that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so very much for coming to watch this video with me today on this Tea Time Tuesday. If you're a first-time viewer to my channel and you've never been here before, my name is Vicki. Hey, how you doing? And if you're an OG subscriber and you've been here for a while, even since the beginning, I thank you so very much for returning and keeping up the good work of supporting me and my channel. Anything you guys do on my channel to help me is very much appreciated. When you hit the thumbs up button, I appreciate that. If you leave me a comment, I appreciate that. And if you see a video that you think somebody else might enjoy and you share me, I appreciate that too. You are all very much loved and welcomed on this channel. Not to be copying another YouTuber that's out there that we all know. But you've got to remember this too. Your life is a very short thing. Just dust in the wind. So make it the absolute best that you can. And y'all come back and see us now any old time. Bye for this one.